All right, let's do it. It's Thursday evening. It's Weather for Weather Geeks time. What a cold start to the day this morning. It even got a little bit colder than we thought it would, but we did not break a record officially at the Youngstown Warren Airport, but it did reach 31 this morning. The record low on today's date is 30. We did break a record over at the CAK, Canton Akron Airport, along the Stark-Summit County line, just an hour or so to our west. That was a record at 32 this morning. Look at Bradford, PA at 25, and Saranac Lake, New York, up in the Adirondacks in upstate New York, in the teens this morning for a record-smashing start to the day. Up there, I think I saw the previous record was something like 25 at that location. Some local thermometers this morning did reach the upper 20s, including a 29 in Salem and Calcutta. We had about 30 in Newcastle and Elwood City and Boardman as well. So frost here and there. I don't think frost was everywhere. I saw some pictures of some frost, but frost probably did not occur everywhere because one of the limiting factors certainly was the dry air, the dry ground, made it so that it wasn't a lock that everyone was going to see thick frost at the start of the day today. But what a turnaround, what we call a diurnal temperature range. We started at 31 today, but 41 degrees warmer, 31 I should say, degrees warmer this afternoon at 72 degrees. Now a little bit of a lake breeze did keep those lakeshore areas cooler. Hopkins Airport in Cleveland, 63. 59 degrees in Erie, but away from the lake, it was a very pleasant afternoon despite the presence of some haze and that wildfire smoke still in the sky. It's going to be another smoky sunset this evening. It's certainly thicker off toward north, but I think you'll notice a little bit of haze and some smoke in the sky once again at times on Friday. There'll be more clouds also in the sky on Friday after a cloud-free day for today. We have a decent space station flyby this evening. I wouldn't say this is a great one because it's not way high in the sky, super bright, but it gets to about 23 degrees above the horizon. Look west-northwest at 9:24. It'll disappear in the northeast sky 6 minutes later at 9:30. I'll put a reminder on social media here in a little while after this video posts. All right, a little bit more in the way of cloudiness on our Friday, and we have included a small chance of a sprinkle or a shower in our forecast starting around midday, taking us into the afternoon. Only if you're unlucky or you're going to get under a few raindrops for a few minutes. Most of us will not, but just about the entire area will get wet then later Friday night into Saturday morning. So timing this rain out, this is one run of one model, but it would suggest, if taken literally, that we're done with the rain mid-morning. Some of the other modeling is faster, getting it out of here by 7 a.m. I kind of like this idea a little bit better than some of the faster ideas. We're going to maintain that chance for at least some raindrops through mid to late morning on Saturday. If the front speeds up by a little bit, maybe we'll lose them by 7 or 8 a.m. But right now I think the smart money's on from west to east, a drying trend from about 9 a.m. to noon, leaving us with better weather for the afternoon. Now, it's going to be cool in the afternoon on Saturday, but I think the sun is going to try to come out. You'll just need a hoodie or a sweatshirt or something if you're going to be outdoors Saturday afternoon. Crystal clear Saturday night, and speaking of crystal clear, I mean not a cloud in the sky starting Sunday and taking us through much of next week. What a stretch of weather we have ahead of us from Sunday through midweek. So weekend forecast looking like this. Again, a little bit on the cool side Saturday at 64, but back to seasonable temperatures on Sunday. After starting in the mid-40s, we'll make it to 72. Sunday afternoon. All right, so as we look ahead to the longer range, if you've been paying attention to these longer range forecasts, long stretch of dry weather and also a warm stretch of weather is going to start on Sunday. And this is the 8 to 14 day outlook, which takes us through the final stretches of May, including Memorial Day weekend. I think we've got lots of 80s in our future for daytime highs, starting middle of next week and probably taking us right through the Memorial Day holiday weekend. So that'll be a good time to open up the pools and everything else you want to do. Now, it's still a little too early to talk about rain chances for Memorial Day weekend, but pretty high confidence it's at least going to be pretty toasty. All right, just for fun, let's talk about the longer range. Today, the CPC, Climate Prediction Center, updated their forecast not only for June, but for the summer season and for each successive month all the way through next spring. Now, of course, as you go out through time, computer modeling becomes less and less reliable, and you rely on other things such as large-scale pattern drivers and analogs and things like that. And certainly El Nino is going to be a big player, we think, as we go towards the fall and into the winter season. In today's update, this is the map for winter, next winter, 2023-2024. So this encompasses December, January, February. This is pretty classic El Nino looking kind of a map, although there are some slight differences. But for us, I would say the odds favor a mild winter. Now, will it be as warm and snow-free as this past winter? odds don't favor that because that's going to be a hard one to beat. It was the second least snowy winter on record. But with El Nino probably in command, it could be a pretty strong one. The stronger the El Nino is, the warmer our winter is likely to be. Some weak El Ninos can actually be quite cold and snowy. But the stronger the El Nino is, the odds definitely start tilting strongly in favor of it being pretty warm. Some of our warmest winters on record have been super El Ninos, strong El Ninos, such as 2015, 2016, 97, 98, and 1982, 83. All three of those winters were pretty warm. There was some snow, of course, and more than we had last winter in those winters. But it was for sure quite warm when we had those really strong El Ninos. We'll see about the strength of the El Nino. That's not a high confidence thing right now. Pretty high confidence, though, almost a guarantee at this point that El Nino's coming, starting this summer and taking us especially into the fall and winter season. All right, thanks for hanging with me tonight on Weather for Weather Geeks. On Friday's edition, we'll of course update those rain chances over the weekend. We'll take a longer look at next week and start maybe speculating on possible rain chances as we head towards Memorial Day weekend.